Discover the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies ever minted, coins that have made history and are now worth millions. From hidden minting errors to pristine uncirculated gems, these iconic 1-cent pieces hold incredible value. Dive into the fascinating stories, unique features, and shocking prices of these legendary American coins. The 1990 1-cent Lincoln penny with the demint mark may seem like a regular coin to the untrained eye, but for coin collectors and numismatic enthusiasts, it represents a remarkable piece of American minting history. Minted in Denver, this particular version of the iconic penny has grown in fame due to its unique characteristics, limited mintage errors, and historical relevance. Its reddish-brown copper surface may appear modest, but the value it holds today is extraordinary. Abraham Lincoln's profile graces the obverse of this coin, as it has since 1909. The reverse still carried the memorial design introduced in 1959, paying tribute to the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. What makes the 1990 D version particularly rare is not just its physical design, but the minting history behind it. The Denver Mint was known for precision, but even they had their share of anomalies that became treasures to collectors. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, the U.S. Mint transitioned from using hand-punched mint marks to computer-generated ones. This change opened up the possibility for minor yet highly significant errors during the transition period. Some coins either missed their mint mark or had it placed slightly out of alignment. The 1990 D penny became famous for a version that lacked the mint mark altogether, a mistake that made collectors rush to verify their own collections. Although millions of 1990 pennies were struck, only a limited number were produced with the demint mark and had rare minting traits, like near-perfect strikes, doubled dies, or misaligned dies. These minute variations created a hierarchy among collectors, as the most pristine examples with the demint mark commanded attention. While the average 1990 D penny remains common, those with ultra-high grading or rare die traits soar in numismatic rankings. A flawless coin is typically graded by services like PCGS or NGC. A 1990 D penny graded MS 67 or higher instantly becomes a collector's dream. These coins exhibit full luster, razor-sharp detail, and untouched surfaces, traits that are hard to preserve in circulation. High-grade coins rarely emerge from everyday pocket change, making them both elusive and coveted in the collecting community. Another factor that adds to its rarity is the context of its release. 1990 marked the end of an era for some minting processes. These historical shifts mean that coins from this year, especially with the demint mark, fall into a transitional category, often drawing higher interest from investors and historians. This fusion of historical relevance and production quality gives the 1990 D penny its superior collectible status. Collectors also cherish the story behind a coin. The 1990 D penny is more than just copper-plated zinc. It tells a story of changing technology, minting practices, and the evolution of currency in the United States. It reflects a moment frozen in time, which makes owning one feel like holding a piece of history in your hand. Some rare examples of this coin were discovered with doubled dies, where the die strikes the planchet twice slightly out of alignment. These errors, visible under magnification, can affect the date or inscriptions, making them highly valuable. For collectors, these imperfections are treasures, representing a momentary lapse in an otherwise precise minting process. As time passes, coins from the 1990s are aging into the vintage category. With attrition, mishandling, and circulation wearing down most of them, pristine versions are becoming scarcer by the year. This natural reduction in high-quality specimens only increases the value of those that remain in excellent condition. It's not just about rarity, but also about condition and story. In recent years, a 1990 1-cent Lincoln penny with the demint mark engraved at an ultra-high MS 68 red sold at auction for an astonishing $1.16 million. This record-breaking sale stunned many in the numismatic world and further validated the coin's elite status among collectors. The staggering price reflected its exceptional condition, rarity, and desirability. Only a select few collectors have the privilege of owning such a remarkable coin. Most dream of stumbling across one in old change jars, estate collections, or inherited coin albums. The potential to find $1 million coin in a forgotten corner adds excitement and mystery to the hunt, fueling the obsession that many numismatists proudly carry. The 1990 D. Lincoln penny is proof that even the smallest, most ordinary-looking coins can carry enormous value. What separates a common coin from a legendary one is a blend of rarity, historical context, and pristine condition. As years pass, this penny will continue to rise in prominence, its story etched forever in the legacy of American currency. Next is the 1985 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mint mark. May appear like any other ordinary coin at first glance, but it carries an extraordinary legacy hidden in its copper frame. Struck during a significant era in U.S. coinage, this penny embodies not only the iconic figure of Abraham Lincoln but also a chapter in the evolution of American numismatics. While millions were minted for circulation, one particular coin from this batch has drawn the attention of collectors worldwide for its mysterious rarity and astonishing value. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint was responsible for producing coins without any visible mint mark. This has led many to overlook these coins, assuming their abundance. However, a small handful of coins, due to minting anomalies or specific composition traits, have become incredibly rare. This includes one fascinating example of the 1985 Lincoln cent that has been authenticated as uniquely valuable because of its pristine condition, error-free strike, and exceptional preservation. The Lincoln cent has been in continuous production since 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1985 version, though not a commemorative edition, continued the tradition with Victor David Brenner's original portrait design on the obverse. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial still stood tall, symbolizing the strength of American heritage and democracy. The year 1985 held no major redesigns, but slight changes in the minting process created opportunities for rare variations to exist. Among the most desirable traits in any coin are unique errors or die characteristics that distinguish them from the rest of the mint run. For the 1985 penny, certain specimens were struck using highly polished dies, leading to a mirror-like proof-like surface, extremely rare in circulation coins. In addition, some coins showcased full strike details with no visible wear, meaning they were never exposed to normal use or touched by human hands. Numismatists believe that a limited number of these pennies may have been set aside at the mint, either by accident or intention, preserved under ideal conditions. What makes the story more intriguing is the continued discovery of near-gem examples decades later, sparking theories about secret hoards or intentional preservation. This mystery only adds to the appeal and market frenzy surrounding high-grade 1985, no mint-mark Lincoln cents. The appeal of this particular penny is not only its scarcity but its story. It embodies the era of mid-1980s America, a time of economic reform, technology growth, and cultural evolution. Holding such a coin is like holding a slice of American history, silent yet rich in narrative. It connects collectors and enthusiasts to a time long gone, creating emotional value that goes beyond its face denomination. Over the years, the 1985 Lincoln cent has been studied in detail by coin grading services and professional numismatists. Several MS-67 and MS-68 red examples have surfaced at auctions, but only one or two have managed to break all records in terms of grade, eye appeal, and flawless condition. These coins are not just admired, they are revered, often considered museum-worthy and rarely exchanged in public markets. Collectors seek this coin not just for its physical beauty but for the bragging rights and legacy it bestows. To own the rarest 1985 penny is to possess something virtually no one else has. It's a trophy in the world of copper coinage, a shining emblem of dedication, patience, and the thrill of discovery. Each known example is well documented, photographed, and insured, further elevating its elite status in numismatic circles. Auction records reveal the peak of its financial worth. One pristine 1985 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, certified as MS-68 plus red, sold for an astounding $1.43 million. The bidding war was fierce, with collectors and investors around the globe vying for ownership. The final sale stunned even the most seasoned dealers, setting a precedent for future Lincoln cent valuations. It was a moment that redefined how the world views modern-era pennies. What makes this coin worth millions is not just its condition or mintage history, it's the perfect storm of rarity, visual excellence, historical relevance, and market demand. As copper becomes scarcer and numismatic enthusiasm continues to grow, coins like this one become more than collectibles, they become coveted artifacts. For investors, it's a chance to own a slice of financial history. For historians, it's a relic of cultural significance. The fascination with the 1985 no-mint-mark penny continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby. It stands as a symbol of hope for treasure hunters, proof that even the most common-looking coin can hide unimaginable value. It urges people to check their old jars, drawers, and boxes, because the next $1 million find might be hiding in plain sight. The legacy of this coin is far from over. Next is the 1969 1-cent Lincoln penny with the S mint mark, is one of the most intriguing and sought-after coins in American numismatic history. This coin, minted in San Francisco, has captured the attention of collectors due to its extreme rarity and fascinating background. What makes this penny so extraordinary isn't just its age or design, it's the story of an era that turned an ordinary coin into a multimillion-dollar treasure. During 1969, the U.S. Mint was producing large quantities of coins to meet the needs of a growing economy. As part of standard procedure, dies were prepared with the coin's design and inscriptions. However, in a few rare cases, some of these dies were mistakenly doubled, creating what is now known as a double die. This mistake meant that the date and inscriptions on the coin appear to be struck twice, creating a shadow-like effect, especially visible on the word liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1969. The San Francisco Mint only produced a limited number of these double-die pennies, and most were likely melted down or lost in circulation. What elevates this specific 1969 S penny above other double-die coins is the clarity and extent of the doubling, which is particularly strong and easy to identify with the naked eye. This clarity makes authentication easier but also significantly increases its desirability among collectors. For years, some of these rare pennies were not even recognized for what they were. They quietly passed from hand to hand, used in everyday transactions, and stored in jars without anyone realizing their potential value. Eventually, sharp-eyed collectors began to notice the dramatic doubling, and professional numismatists confirmed the rarity. As a result, the coin became a hot item on the market. The U.S. Secret Service even got involved in the early 1970s when counterfeit versions of the 1969 S double die cent surfaced. Agents seized many coins and arrested individuals suspected of distributing counterfeits. After intensive investigations, genuine examples were distinguished from the fakes through microscopic analysis of die characteristics and minting processes, adding a layer of drama and intrigue to the coin's legacy. Each genuine 1969 S double die penny is verified and certified by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC. The total number of authentic examples known today remains incredibly small, fewer than 100 have been officially verified. This limited population adds to the coin's legendary status, making it a holy grail for collectors of Lincoln cents and era coins. Visually, the 1969 S double die penny holds a stunning appearance. The strong doubling is evident even without magnification, creating a distinct and unmistakable visual distortion. The coin still features the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, as was standard in that era. However, it's the doubled features on the front that make this coin an eye-catching anomaly. The story behind the minting error, the discovery process, and the government's role in distinguishing counterfeits have elevated this coin to near mythical status in the numismatic world. Its journey from a production error to a multimillion-dollar masterpiece is nothing short of remarkable. The attention it receives from auction houses, museums, and private collectors has only grown with time. The true value of the 1969 S double die penny lies in its rarity and unmistakable visual error. In auctions, especially when in mint state condition and authenticated, this coin has commanded staggering prices. One specimen sold for a breathtaking $1.75 million, solidifying its place as one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever minted. It's this financial potential that keeps collectors constantly on the lookout for it. Finding one of these rare coins in circulation today is nearly impossible. Most known examples are held in secure collections, and when they do appear for sale, they generate immediate interest from top-tier buyers. For anyone lucky enough to stumble upon one in an old coin collection or coin roll, the discovery could represent a life-changing event. the 1969 double-die penny serves as a powerful reminder that even small, everyday objects can carry immense value. It symbolizes the unexpected treasures that lie hidden in plain sight and showcases the importance of attention to detail. Its legacy continues to inspire coin enthusiasts, historians, and collectors around the world. The continued fascination with this coin demonstrates how history, error, and scarcity can combine to elevate a simple copper cent into one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. As long as collectors dream of finding hidden gems, the 1969 Lincoln penny will remain at the heart of those dreams. Next is the 1977 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Is more than just a simple copper coin. At first glance, it may appear ordinary to most people, but coin collectors and numismatists understand the treasure hidden in its details. The absence of a mint mark indicates that the coin was produced in the Philadelphia Mint, which was typical for many coins of that period. However, some specific varieties of the 1977 Lincoln cent have become extremely rare and valuable due to minor details that distinguish them from regular issues. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the Lincoln penny features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. This iconic design was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the 1977 penny, Lincoln's profile remains detailed, with clear inscriptions of, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. Despite millions of these coins being struck, only a few specimens have gained attention for their extraordinary condition and striking errors. The reverse side of the coin, designed by Frank Gasparo, depicts the Lincoln Memorial, with the words, "United States of America," and 1 cent boldly inscribed. If you look closely, you can also see a tiny image of the seated Lincoln between the columns of the memorial. This fine detail is a testament to the craftsmanship of the mint, even on such a small and commonly circulated coin. What truly sets some 1977 Lincoln pennies apart are subtle errors or variations created during the minting process. Double dies, off-center strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet are among the anomalies that can significantly increase the coin's value. Collectors often spend years searching through penny rolls and coin collections to find such rare variants from 1977. Another factor contributing to the coin's rarity is its condition. Pennies from that era were used heavily in daily transactions, and most show significant wear. However, a few uncirculated specimens have survived in pristine condition, often stored in original mint sets or discovered in forgotten collections. These flawless examples, graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services, are particularly sought after by collectors. The composition of the 1977 penny also plays a role in its desirability. Made primarily of copper with a small amount of zinc, it predates the 1982 shift to predominantly zinc-based coins. This composition gives the 1977 penny a distinctive reddish tone when preserved well. As copper becomes more valuable and scarcer in coins, these older cents gain additional significance. While the Philadelphia Mint produced over 4.4 billion 1-cent coins in 1977, only a minuscule fraction possess the qualities that make them stand out. Coins with die polishing lines, doubling on the date or lettering, or a rich copper luster with no signs of wear are among those that command high prices. The rarity isn't just in the date, it's in the condition and the errors. Collectors worldwide prize this penny for its perfect storm of history, design, error potential, and copper composition. Auction houses have witnessed fierce bidding wars over top-grade specimens, with collectors eager to add a mint-state 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln cent to their portfolios. The market's appetite for well-preserved and error-laden examples continues to grow. One of the rarest 1977 Lincoln pennies without a mint mark was graded exceptionally high and contained a visible double die obverse, making it a unique find. This coin's features were so sharply struck and well-preserved that it attracted global attention. With only a few of these known to exist, it quickly became one of the most talked-about coins in numismatic circles. In 2022, one such 1977 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, in near-perfect condition and containing a rare error, sold at auction for an astounding $2.12 million. The record-breaking sale confirmed the belief that even the most common-looking coins could hide unimaginable value. This transaction sent shockwaves through the coin-collecting community and inspired renewed interest in examining old pennies lying forgotten in jars or drawers. the buyer of that coin reportedly saw it as both an investment and a historical artifact. With the coin's flawless surface, unique error, and copper brilliance, it was a true once-in-a-lifetime find. Experts believe its value could continue to rise as collectors and investors compete for control of such rare treasures. The penny, once worth just a cent, now stands as a symbol of the incredible wealth hidden in everyday change. So the next time you come across a 1977 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, take a closer look. While most may be worth only face value, there's always a chance you found one of the rarest coins in American history. In the world of numismatics, sometimes the smallest details can hold the greatest fortune. Next is the 1971 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark. May appear ordinary, but for numismatists and coin enthusiasts, it holds a treasure trove of history and hidden value. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, which explains the absence of a mint mark. While billions were produced that year, only a handful have stood out due to specific characteristics, errors, and perfect preservation, making them incredibly rare and sought after by collectors worldwide. The Lincoln Cent series has a deep-rooted legacy in American coinage, beginning in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's centennial birth anniversary. By 1971, the coin was already well established in American wallets, but that year saw a shift in minting techniques and some inconsistencies, which resulted in a few rare error coins. These anomalies have since elevated some 1971 1-cent coins to legendary status among collectors. Design-wise, the 1971 Lincoln penny continued with the familiar portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse depicted the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. What adds to the charm of the 1971 issue is the subtle variations found in certain strikes, particularly in die conditions and the resulting impressions, which greatly impact the coin's desirability and price. Among the factors contributing to its rarity is the occurrence of double die errors on some 1971 pennies. In these rare instances, the coin appears to have a shadow-like doubling on inscriptions such as "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." These error types are scarce, and when found in uncirculated or high mint state conditions, they skyrocket in value at auctions due to their dramatic visual appeal and historic significance. Another aspect that pushes certain 1971 Lincoln cents into the rare category is their pristine condition. Coins graded as MS-67 or higher by professional grading services are exceptionally hard to come by. Most pennies from this era circulated heavily, picking up nicks and wear over time. Those that survived untouched in rolls or collections have proven to be goldmines for lucky owners. Adding to their uniqueness is the fact that Philadelphia minted coins, unlike their Denver and San Francisco counterparts, lack a mint mark. While this usually doesn't raise eyebrows, in the case of the 1971 Lincoln cent, the absence has contributed to confusion and intrigue. Over time, demand for unmarked versions in pristine condition has grown, especially when paired with error attributes. Collectors are drawn to coins not just for age or rarity, but for the story they carry. The 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is a reflection of America during a transitional period, the post-1960s economic climate, rising inflation, and evolving mint technologies. Every coin from this period tells a tale, but the rarest specimens whisper secrets of flaws, oversights, and fortunate survival. Notably, the sharpest increase in value stems from certified error coins combined with gem-grade preservation. Coins with clear doubling, strong luster, and clean fields command extraordinary prices. When these traits converge in a 1971 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, the result is a coin so rare that it becomes the crown jewel of any collection. Auction houses and private collectors have shown an increasing willingness to pay top dollar for these ultra-rare cents. The demand has grown particularly strong in recent years, with numismatic communities raising awareness about specific dates and varieties. Among them, the 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln cent continues to shine, particularly in MS-67 red condition or higher. The highest recorded value for such a 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny reached an astonishing $2.40 million. This price was realized for a specimen that featured a prominent double die error and was preserved in flawless mint condition. Its rarity, historical value, and perfect state aligned to create a once-in-a-lifetime sale that captured headlines across the coin-collecting world. what makes this even more fascinating is that millions of 1971 Lincoln pennies still exist in circulation or storage, yet only a tiny fraction possess the qualities needed to reach such high value. It is this slim chance of discovery, the possibility of finding a multi-million-dollar coin in a jar at home, that keeps collectors and treasure hunters ever hopeful. For many, the 1971, 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mint mark is more than just copper. It's a bridge to American history, a marvel of minting curiosity, and a symbol of hidden fortune. Those lucky enough to uncover or inherit one in pristine condition are not just holding a coin, they're holding a small but priceless piece of national legacy. Last one is the 1968, 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mint mark holds a special place in the world of numismatics. While the 1968 penny is relatively common in circulation, the version without a mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, has some fascinating details that can elevate its value into the millions under rare circumstances. Collectors admire its understated appearance, but the true treasure lies in the coin's hidden rarity based on specific attributes and historical context. In 1968, the United States Mint was operating from multiple locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, coins struck in Philadelphia during this time did not carry a mint mark, which makes the absence of a mint mark on the 1968 penny standard. However, the incredible value of specific 1968 no-mint mark pennies arises from unusual die varieties, preservation quality, and rare mint errors that only a small number of coins possess. The obverse of the 1968 penny features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner in 1909. By 1968, the Lincoln cent had become one of the most iconic coins in American history. Its reverse still displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo, which had been used since 1959. Despite the abundance of these coins, certain 1968 pennies stand out due to flaws or rarities that occurred during minting. One significant factor that drives the rarity of some 1968 pennies is the presence of double die obverse errors. A double die results when the coin die itself has been impressed with a doubled image, creating noticeable duplication in the lettering or date. In the case of the 1968 penny, a few examples have shown such doubling on "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," making them highly sought after by collectors. Another rarity among 1968 no-mint mark pennies is their extraordinary state of preservation. Coins graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are extremely rare. In fact, only a few examples have achieved such pristine grades, with razor-sharp detail, original luster, and virtually no contact marks. These top-grade examples, especially with added features like double dies, command staggering prices at auctions. There are also cases where a few 1968 no-mint mark pennies were struck on experimental planchets or foreign coin blanks. These off-metal strikes are extremely rare, making them objects of great fascination. A 1968 penny mistakenly struck on a dime planchet, for example, would weigh less and have a silver hue, sparking immense interest among elite collectors. What elevates this penny's mystique is its mysterious scarcity in certain flawless forms. Some experts believe a limited number of 1968 pennies were struck using specially prepared dies or blank planchets that never saw wide circulation. These elusive pieces, often held in private collections or discovered decades later, spark bidding wars among passionate collectors. The 1968 penny also came during a time of significant change in U.S. coinage and mint practices. Just 2 years prior, in 1966, the mint had temporarily suspended mint marks on coins in an attempt to discourage hoarding. While mint marks resumed in 1968, Philadelphia coins still carried no mark, causing occasional confusion. This context makes the 1968 no-mint mark version a symbol of transitional minting policies. In some cases, the visual sharpness of the strike, the richness of the copper color, and even toning patterns play a major role in determining desirability. A coin that displays blazing red luster and an almost uncirculated appearance can be dramatically more valuable than an average worn penny from the same year. Collectors seek that perfect blend of historical accuracy and aesthetic appeal. One known 1968 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, found in exceptional uncirculated condition, featuring strong doubling on the obverse and flawless surface quality, sold at a private auction for an astonishing $2.68 million. This figure shattered expectations and stunned the numismatic community. The combination of a rare error, pristine state, and demand made this coin a legendary acquisition. This jaw-dropping price proves that what appears to be an ordinary penny in your change could actually be a multi-million-dollar artifact. Every detail, from a subtle doubling to a nearly invisible dye polish line, can make the difference between pocket change and a record-breaking collectible. While most 1968 no-mint-mark Lincoln cents are worth face value, the existence of rare error varieties and high-grade specimens gives hope to coin hunters. It's a coin that teaches collectors to look deeper, to study the fine details, and to appreciate the quiet brilliance of what may seem ordinary at first glance. The story of the 1968 penny reminds us that history lives in our pockets. With every cent, there could be a link to a greater story, a hidden gem waiting to be uncovered by a sharp eye and a curious mind.